Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Tennessee School Choice webinar presented by On Track School. I'm Tasha Renfro. I am the um, Chief Operating Officer for On Track School. Tonight, we also have our School Choice Coordinator, Miss Tracy Rico, and our Accounts Receiving Specialist, Teresa Ferry. So, and actually, all of us have had students that attend On Track, have graduated, or currently attending, et cetera. So, if anyone after this has any questions about, curriculum or how it works or anything like that, feel free to let us know. Let me go ahead and I'm going to screen share our school choice webinar. Okay. So, a little bit about our story as far as On Track goes. We've been around for over 20 years. Our founder and director, Miss Andrea Lieb, started the school back when her son Michael was racing amateur motocross, and she was an educator and saw a need for them to travel and for him to pursue his education while he was chasing his dreams. So our mission and vision was evolved, and from there, we believe in pursuing an education as possible while chasing your dreams. Our shared mission is to make educational success achievable for everyone and every student. Our core values consist of family, passion, respect, integrity, and fun. And our beliefs are we believe in God, Pledge of Allegiance, and school choice, which is why you're here. We believe students need their own education and community, and with community, together we can move mountains. So what sets us apart? And before I get into that a little bit more, we are going to talk about the school choice, but wanted to kind of give you guys a background of our services and who we are as a school as well. So we have a live orientation session paired with assignments and classroom resources so that you can get started and feel comfortable getting started. We have live learning sessions where students meet with other students, with their teachers, etc., to get instruction and interact. We have a diagnostic that our students participate in 3 times a year so that we can measure growth and make adjustments. Power Traits is a program that we use to identify areas that help us understand how your student learns best. We are accredited by Cognia. We have different pathway options. We have an asynchronous pathway option called the Excel program. And then we have standard and advanced pathways where you can even have your student take college courses online and dual enrollment, et cetera, before they graduate from high school. And then we have we partner with other companies for internal scholarships as well as school choice scholarships through a variety of states that we'll get into in just a second. And then we also pride ourselves on the ability to customize and personalize curriculum and your educational experience and journey for each and every student. So a couple of other things that we do is we have some social connective pieces. We have an in-person homecoming in Alachua, Florida at one of the amateur national events called Mini-O's. That happens in November. We have a prom at Loretta Lynn's mansion every year in August, along with our graduation ceremony. We also, for those of you who are motocross athletes, we host and partner with a scholarship race event where motocross athletes can earn educational dollars towards any kind of tuition or educational institute. And then at different events, so we try to go to other things besides just motocross. And also our student body consists of a variety of students as well. So non-student athletes, other types of athletes. Motocross, obviously, that's our grassroots, but so you'll hear us talk about that a lot, but our school's for anyone. Um, and then again, when we try to go to different events where our students are, we try to do things to get our students together. So group pictures, we'll even do like scavenger hunts. We actually have a yearbook. So down here, when we get to the Get Social, we have virtual hangouts, different, debate club, different things that our students can participate in, to socialize and interact. Some programs that we also offer are, again, the scholarship race. We have an apprentice program where students can shadow different professions and earn credit either at on-track school or, potentially earn certificates in the future is what we're working towards. And then the ambassador program is an internal program for the school and students leadership. So down to the nitty gritty of what we're here for is school choice. So I'm going to let Tracy take over, and she's going to talk through all of the states that we are in partnership with, and then go a little bit deeper into Tennessee.
Hey, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight if you are in here right now, and thank you to anyone in the future who watches the recording of this. I know it's tough to always get on live with work and kids' schedules and everything else. As Tasha said, we are partnered with several states. Right now, that includes Arizona, Arkansas, Utah, Alabama, West Virginia. Who else am I missing? Let's see. Tennessee, of course, Tennessee, and hopefully Texas coming soon. We're working on that right now. So if you are considering, obviously, you're probably in Tennessee if you're in this meeting now, but if you are considering a move to any of these other states, or if you know of friends that are going to these other states, moving to these other states, this is something to keep in mind. Tonight, we're going to dive into Tennessee, which happens to be a great state to work with. We have enjoyed this partnership greatly. They are incredibly helpful. Tennessee can be a little confusing as far as the scholarships, only because they offer three different ones, and you need to figure out which one is the best fit for your student. And I apologize in advance for the glare coming off these glasses. I can't seem to get it right at this time of night. Okay, so the first scholarship that we had partnered with Tennessee with was the IEA scholarship. We have recently been accepted for the EFS scholarship, and we are currently working on ESA. We will have some more answers on whether or not we can partner with ESA in the next month. So we look forward to hearing more back on that, and we do feel confident that that will go well. We do have a great relationship with the state program. So here on the screen, you can see where the scholarship timeline and key enrollment dates are. EFS opened today, and they close out January 30th. ESA enrollment, which again, we are not currently partnered with, but we are expected to be, we will know for sure in February. They open on February 3rd at 12 p.m. local time. We do not have a close date on that yet. And IEA enrollment, which we are partnered with, opens February 17th. We also do not have a close date on that one. So to give an idea of what each of these scholarships are and what may be best for you, of course, we recommend going to the website and looking at the specifics of these scholarships, but we like to give a brief overview so you can have an idea of which one may be best. The first one is the IEA scholarship. This is disability based. You will qualify with a qualifying disability. You are required to upload an IEP to even apply for it. And the amount that they pay out varies on the disability. The more severe disability, the more funding you're likely to get because it does cover many things aside from curriculum. There is no out-of-pocket expense for tuition with OnTrack as long as you do not exceed scholarship. And with that scholarship, you would have to do quite a bit at OnTrack to exceed what the scholarship pays out. They are very generous with the scholarships. On the screen is the website that'll bring you directly to more information about the IEA scholarship. We do encourage you to go through there, look through the handbook, look through the guidelines, things that are required for enrollment. It'll give you a better idea of what you will need in order to apply. But their website is very straightforward and you will find what you need there. So that's what we're looking at with the IEA scholarship. We do have several children in the school on the IEA scholarship that are very happy with the program, with both programs, with the IEA scholarship as well as their time at On Track School. The next scholarship is the EFS, which is a statewide scholarship. This is the one that we are currently approved for. Their enrollment window is today, and it closes out January 30th. So it's a small window. You want to try and get everything you need in that window. Last year, they capped on their amount of scholarships they were able to give out, and they are expecting it to cap again this year. So I would say the sooner the better. All Tennessee families are eligible to apply for this. They do require proof of residency. While it is not income based, there is a priority list. So it'll go down that list. So if they have more applicants than they have spots, it will go to the priority list, and that's who will get these spots. It'll go, you can find the priority list on the website, but I believe it starts out with renewal families first, then a certain funding level, another funding level, then public school children, and then all families. That is the way the priority list goes, but you can find the specifics for that on the website. Last year, they offered 20,000 spots, and this year it is written into the law to add 5,000 more. That is what they're written into their rules, that they're planned to add 5,000 more. So they're looking to have a possible increase of 5,000 more. Like I said, they did cap at that 20,000, and I'm guessing that they have an idea of where they'll be at this year. They are expecting it to fill again. So the sooner the better. The funding award amount for 25-26 was $7,295 per student. Most states do not have out their fund amount yet for 26-27, but we usually see it fall right in the same amount or very close to it. Usually we see a slight increase, but you can kind of go off of that 72.95 and assume it'll be around there somewhere. Like I said, it is subject to change and those numbers are not out yet. This is a flow-through funding, meaning that the funding is paid directly to the school. So you will pick your school and we will let them know what your tuition costs and they will pay directly. There's not much for you to do in the way of payment after you have been approved, with exception of selecting On Track as your school, and then we will go from there. This scholarship does require state testing, state-approved test results. We have been told that IXL will be an acceptable test, which is what On Track administers. And we will either get the results to the parents to upload them if that's the way they'll be looking for those results to be handed in, or we will upload them directly to the state on behalf of the families. Of course, our teachers and staff will be in touch with families before that time comes. Okay, and the website is there also if you need to go back, see specifics, see what is required for proof of residency, income, whatever you need. It is a very straightforward site, and again, you'll find your information there. We're going to touch briefly on the ESA. I hate to talk about it too much because we are not approved for it. So again, while we are expected not to have any problems with it and getting approved, at this current time we are not approved, and school and vendor applications are not open yet. So as soon as they are, and as soon as we have an answer, we will be sure that our Tennessee families know that. There are many more guidelines for this scholarship. It is not only county-based, but also income-based. You must live in, I believe they call it Nashville metro area, and those counties include Davidson, Hamilton, and Shelby counties. Or actually maybe Nashville, Memphis counties. I'm not sure, but those are the counties. Davidson, Hamilton, and Shelby counties are the counties that you must live in to even be considered for this. After that, it is based on income as well. You will be able to see all those guidelines on their website with the specifics. Proof of residence and proof of income will be required at the time of enrollment. Last year, these scholarships, based on which of those three counties you lived in, paid out anywhere between $9,747 and $9,787. Again, numbers are not out for this year, but we're expecting somewhere right in that range. Possible increase, could stay the same. It will be announced shortly once they finalize everything on their end. There are no out-of-pocket expenses unless tuition exceeds the scholarship amount. Again, with numbers like that, you would have to really move mountains at On Track to exceed that. This should leave quite a bit left over in majority of cases with tuition. I'm sure Teresa Ferry, who is on here, can confirm that. She handles all the finances, but our tuition numbers generally come in significantly lower than that. Let's see. The TCAP is required at the end of the school year. This is a state test. It is expected to be a test that is proctored. That is their requirement. So we will be working with local schools and officials to figure out how we will work that through On Track and make it as seamless as possible for all of our families. Again, we are not partnered at this time. Just want to make sure everybody knows that for sure, but we will have an answer to that shortly. There is their website if you'd like to read a little more about it. All three of these are great scholarships. They all offer amazing payouts, amazing support. I think that their guidelines, the ESA is a little more involved with the application process, where the others are a little more straightforward, less documentation required, and less requirements in general. To give you an idea of what the application process overview is going to look like, just a quick glimpse at it. Again, specifics on the website. You're going to apply during the enrollment window, figure out what scholarship may or may not suit your child best. I did speak specifically with the state today. We had a few parents ask, should I apply for one? Should I apply for two? They said, whatever scholarships you meet guidelines for, you should apply for. So if there's not a spot under one scholarship, you potentially have the option of getting approved in another. So if your child does have a disability and they meet qualifications for the IEA, apply for that. And if you're concerned, what if something doesn't work out? What will I do? Then consider EFS or ESA, as long as you can meet requirements with residency or in ESA's case, county and financial requirements. After you upload all the documents required for enrollment, you can expect a decision in about a month, give or take a little bit. It will depend how many applications come in at the same time that yours is coming in, where they are in the process of sorting through these, but approximately a month before you will hear anything back. So I know it's hard to stay patient when you're waiting on such a big decision, but waiting a month is nothing abnormal about that. So hang tight and kind of wait for those decisions to come in. After, let's say maybe 6 to 8 weeks, if you don't hear anything, then I would recommend reaching out, which may be normal depending on how many they've gotten in, but they say approximately a month. After you get a decision and if you are approved, then you will select your school. For IEA and EFS, you will see On Track listed as an option. You will choose On Track school, and then it will guide you from there, and we will also help guide you from there. Again, for ESA, as of right now, you will not see On Track listed, but we're hoping that by the time this end of the process comes, we will be listed in there as a approved school vendor. Okay, let's see, where are we at? Okay, funds can be used. Did we skip a step? Where are we at? Let's see. Okay, deadline. Okay, so after you've selected your school, they are going to send you a contract. On that contract, you are going to have to sign and submit it. Your scholarship is not active until that contract is signed and submitted. So don't get all excited that you've been approved and then forget to do that. That is a key step. That is what triggers the funding to start rolling. So sign that contract, get it submitted, keep track of what date it was submitted, and this will be helpful. This will be one of the most key parts of the process. And after that contract has been signed and approved, like I said, that triggers funding. You can expect to see that funding come in around July or August of 2026. This year, renewal families, I believe they said, saw it around July, where newer families saw it closer to August. So it is on a rolling basis. If your neighbor and you have both been approved for the same scholarship, they see their money, you don't, or vice versa, that's okay. It may take another week or two. They're going to disperse it, I'm guessing, based on when the contracts came in. Okay, funds can be used in several different ways under these scholarships. For the ESA, families may purchase approved items in the online marketplace. You will see several items listed in there. You must spend 50% of the scholarship funding on curriculum first before you can purchase additional items. So you want to make sure you get that curriculum, at least 50% of that scholarship funding into your curriculum, and then you can begin shopping the marketplace for other approved items. I do always remind people, even though you only have to spend 50% of the scholarship funds, if that does not satisfy your tuition, make sure you leave enough in there to cover your tuition for the full year. You don't want to be stuck short on scholarship funding and have to pay off the rest of your school. Funds can roll over year to year with the ESA scholarship. Funds may be used post-graduation for approved expenses, such as secondary schools, local colleges, universities. Any program that's post-graduation in-state should be approved. And again, you will find that list on their website. So that is the ESA scholarship. With the EFS scholarship, it is similar idea. You must spend 50% of the scholarship funds on curriculum-based materials first. After you do that, you can use remaining money towards approved items in Marketplace. This can include uniforms, tutoring, electronics, a list of things that you can find on their website. There is no rollover allowed with the EFS account. So at the end of the year, what is left in that account will be dissolved. It will not roll over into your child's account for the next year. We did not touch too much on what you can spend with the IEA account because it is very different based on each child, each disability, and what is allowed and what is not allowed. So that is something that is going to be more of a one-on-one base as to what they will allow. The next steps and things to prepare for yourself at this time would be gather all the documents you need. You can look up what they will allow for proof of residency. You can grab your IEP, have that ready if you are applying for the IEA scholarship. You can look up, prepare your income verification, especially for the ESA scholarship. While you will need that, I know for sure for EFS and ESA, I believe even for IEA, they do ask for that, even though it's not necessarily income based. So make sure you have that material ready to go for enrollment. And again, if you're doing the EFS, you want to have that ready to go immediately because that enrollment window is open. Mark the enrollment dates and submit applications early. Make sure you make a note of it, set an alarm in your phone or on one of the million electronics that we all have floating around our houses. Mark it on your calendar with pencil. You don't want to miss those windows. Keep an eye on your email. Check spam folders for those contract deadlines and for any notifications that they may send you. You may get a simple email along the way that says, we need another proof of residency. We need this, we need that. You don't want to miss that because missing that simple email can cost the scholarship for the year. So do your best to keep an eye on that email. I know it's hard. Check spam folders. See if you can stay on top of that. I know it is challenging with all the other emails we get. Be prepared for the state testing requirements. We will administer most of the required testing, if not all of it, right through OnTrack. So your either teacher, your homeroom teacher, the support staff here at OnTrack will keep you up to date with what we've come up with. However, We don't always hear as much as the local families do on these scholarships. So if you hear something that maybe we may not have heard, we strongly encourage everyone to share deadlines with us, any changes that have been made. Sometimes that's our best resource, even aside from dealing with the state directly. Okay, and then for support resources, you can see all of the websites here. You can see where, the testing guidelines are, anything you could possibly need for these scholarships is on these websites. We are also at On Track happy to help you. Myself, Miss Teresa, who's on here, Miss Tasha, who's on here, we're all willing to help. Pretty much anyone you get on the phone or through email at On Track will either help you or get you to someone who will. So please reach out if you need help. We'd rather help when these windows are open. After they close, there's very little we can do as far as support goes with the enrollment process. Okay, and again, thank you for joining us tonight, for listening to this. We will definitely take questions in a second if anybody has any. This is our contact information for the school. This is our phone number, general email address for the school, the website. This is a great way to get in touch. This is my direct contact. You can reach me on that number through call or text. If I don't get back to you right away, I will in a short time frame. I promise my turnaround time has been really, really good. So feel free to reach out. This is my email address and again, the website. This is our Facebook group that is specifically for school choice questions, not only in Tennessee, but every state we deal with, and even states we don't deal with, because we try and put information up there as we hear changes and updates and whatnot. We will try and post here as much as humanly possible, especially as we come across these deadlines, test deadlines that are coming up, enrollment windows that open up, any changes we hear of. Again, the parents in these states are our best form of information that we get. No one is on top of things like a parent who is under scholarship, but we also do work closely hand in hand with these states to get updates, changes, and share information. So we encourage everybody to join this group. It will be a wealth of information as time goes on. And I think this may cover things for me speaking. You're welcome, Nicole. Thank you for joining us. Does anyone have any questions that we may be able to answer at this time? I do recognize some names here. I know I've spoken with a few of you this week. Okay, well then that means I did my job. So I'm glad. But again, sometimes I came on late and wanted to ask what the dates were again. Let me see. I think we can put that back up, Nicole. Just hang on one second. Tasha is our maestro over there. How can we preview the curriculum? I am going to hand that question over to Tasha. She will be able to answer that better than me.
We can actually set up like a walkthrough for you guys. So if that's something you'd like to do, just let us know, and we can get our enrollment team lead to set that up for you, and then you'll connect with one of our team members that can walk you through the curriculum.
Okay, great. Thank you. And there are the dates for the scholarships. I would also encourage everybody, just keep an eye on these websites. We have seen, not so much in Tennessee, but in other states, there are times that when they don't fill these spots, sometimes they'll extend it by a day or so. There's also times where the spots fill quicker than they can, and it seems like things change a bit with these dates from time to time. So just keep an eye on these dates. I do know that EFS did open today. However, ESA February 3rd and IEA February 17th. Just keep an eye on it. Even if you check it every few days, make sure those dates don't change. Eventually, they will release the close date on those, so that'll also be good to know. Again, I know in general, as humans, we do tend to procrastinate on certain things. I would say if you can get these done within, days of it opening, that is always your best bet. You want to be at the beginning of the line. So that is always very helpful. Can you email this presentation to me? I do know that these presentations will be posted for anybody to watch. I think, Tasha, did we say on our YouTube channel or will it be on the Facebook page?
It'll be everywhere. YouTube, the Facebook page that we put up the QR code for. And then we'll probably end up emailing this back out to everyone as well. So just, if you don't get it in email, check all those other avenues. And then if anything, I put my email as well in the chat, or you've got Tracy's email, just reach out and we can get it sent to you directly if you can't find it for some reason.
Yes, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to answer these questions and try and help. Should ask for a curriculum walkthrough as well. The questions about the live lesson tonight. Yes. Hi, Robbie. How are you? It's great to hear from you again. I hope all went well today with your application. As far as anything, if you have any further questions from tonight that you can think of, I think my number that was up on the screen earlier and my email, reach out anytime. You can text me, call me, email me. I will. Oh, good. You submitted for both. Great. I'm happy to answer any questions as you think of them. And again, like Tasha mentioned, anything with curriculum, she can help you with. Anything with finances, Miss Teresa is the boss of that. She is the one who works the numbers. So yeah, I'm happy to help. Shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, anything I can help with as far as scholarship goes. So I handle scholarship pretty much only. I can give you a general idea because I've put 4 kids through this school, 2 down, 2 to go. I can help the best I can, probably more with opinions than facts in some departments, but my kids have been going to On Track long, long, long before I worked for On Track. So if that says anything. But I am happy to help with any scholarship questions. This is my department. Specifics on curriculum is not my department and numbers are not my department, but I can get you to the right department. So again, Teresa for numbers, Tasha is, she basically, we don't know. We think she just knows everything. We're not sure how she knows everything, but she somehow knows everything. So we will get you to the right place or the right answers. And I think that's about it for right now. If there's no other questions at this time, then we will close this out on that note. You will be able to rewatch this, like Tasha said. It'll be posted pretty much everywhere. And you have our contact information, so please reach out. Please mark your calendars for these deadlines. It breaks our heart when a parent writes to us a month after the deadline or several months after the deadline and says that, they're anxious to get their kids in On Track and they need a scholarship. And there's nothing we can do. When the states close them, they close them. And while I appreciate that everybody thinks I have the power to change that, I really don't. I wish I did. We all wish we did. It would be a lot easier. But these deadlines are short. And it's a very small window to apply. So even if you're on the fence, you're not sure, you may want to try this out. You may not apply for it. You would rather apply and be approved and have to, say, I'm sorry, we've changed our mind, thank you, than be in a different position where you missed the window and now you're in a tough spot. As Tasha said in the beginning of this, we started out the entire school, I believe it's over 20 years ago, with grassroots and motocross and supercross. But with these scholarships now, the amount of children in all different sports is mind-blowing to us. We are loving it. We're learning so many different worlds of kids' sports, and it's amazing what these kids are capable of doing, the dedication they have to whatever it is they're doing, not even just sports, sometimes clubs or families that just like to travel. We have many military families. It has been a pleasure to get to see how everybody uses this amazing school platform to live out their dreams and all the things that they're trying to accomplish. So we hope to have all of your children join us, regardless of what the reason is. We're just happy to have them and get to know your children and the families. It's a lot of fun to meet everybody from all over and get to know these kids. So on that note, I think if Tasha or Teresa do not have anything to add, we can close this meeting out. And I think that should be it if there's no more questions.
Yeah, Robbie, just to let you know how to reach me, and really for anyone, if you need me for anything, it's Tasha, TASHA at ontrackschool.com. So I think you guys should be able to see my name spelled up there under my little tile, but that's my email. And if you need me to help you connect, or really, again, any of us can do that. Just reach out, let us know what you'd like to do, and we'll get you connected to the right place for sure.
Yep,
But
for sure.
like Tracy said, thank you guys for attending, and you've got our contact. So please reach out with any questions. And as we get closer to these dates, we'll be sending out reminders and updates. And so make sure you pay close attention to your email and pay close attention to the Facebook group as well. All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. And thank you again for attending.
Thank you. Bye-bye.